Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're aware of it, if you're not, then welcome. So, some people may or may not know, but from the 30th of March to the 5th of April, which is today, Sunday, it is National Autism Awareness Week. And I know you could be watching this thinking, why am I talking about it? Well, this is quite hard because I've not told a lot of people. I've not been open about it. Only some of my family know, not all. So if you're watching this family, then welcome. I am talking about autism because I am autistic. I know people could be watching this but like, you don't look autistic. Well, I'm going to cut that out straight away. Autism's not a look. It's a lifelong development disability that affects how people perceive the world and interact with others. Like, I know if you've grown up with me, I probably seem weird to you or a freak to you, or you just didn't understand me, but there's times where in this video I could be looking up, and that's just because I've had to write notes so I can actually remember, because autism's quite a big thing to talk about. And I know that I don't edit these videos, I know that I'm not wearing makeup today, like, weird, I know, but I feel like for this kind of video I have to be me. Like, I have to look like me, like no makeup, spots are showing, I know, a double chin, but again, just rambled off, I know. So, autism. Autistic people see, feel, hear the world differently to other people. Like, if you're autistic, you're autistic for life. Like, it's not an illness, it's not a disease, and it can't be cured. Which, is fine. It's not. I had my injections, just like anyone else. So it's not from that either. You're just born with it. It's how life is. Anyway, often people feel being autistic is like a fundamental aspect of their identity. Like, people think being autistic defines you, where it doesn't have to define you. It's just part of your personality. It's part of how you think, see, and feel the world. It's madness, I know, but autism is a spectrum condition. All autistic people share certain difficulties in life, and we share same difficulties, but we're all different. When, like, it will affect them in different ways. Like, not all of us are going to look, say, sound the same. I'm not speaking for every autistic person out there, but I know that autism is a massive spectrum. It's not just one little thing like, you're autistic, that's it, congratulations. There's so many different ways. There's like high functioning autism, there's low functioning autism, and there's me in the middle, where I can function perfectly by myself. I don't need carers or support in that aspect, but in other aspects I don't understand. I'm gonna be honest. So, some autistic people have learning difficulties, or they can have mental health issues, or other conditions, meaning people need different levels of support, like I just roughly spoke about, where I don't need a lot of a support, but I do have mental health, which I spoke about in the other video, where I have depression and anxiety on top of my autism, and it's crazy how all three fit together. But it is common in autistic people that they could have a mental health condition. I'm not saying all of us have mental health issues, some of us can, but others can have learning difficulties, which I had special educational needs in primary school. Didn't get a lot of help in secondary, but that's a completely different story. But we also have like different, well, not all of us. Some of us can have difficulties with both verbal and non-verbal language, like gestures or tones of voice. Like I know that we can have a very little understanding of the language and how people say stuff like we think you mean it, which you can't help. Like you're just saying how it is, but to us, it comes a lot differently. Like what you say, we can find it difficult to use or understand. Like I can sort of understand facial expressions. Like sometimes I can understand if someone's upset, not all the time. But tone of voice is hard for me because if someone raises their voice to me, I automatically think they're shouting at me or I'm in trouble, which my partner finds a lot, and I'm like, why are you getting angry? And he's like, I'm not. It's like my tone of voice, and I cannot understand sarcasm. Anyone watching this, I'm really sorry if you know me and you've been sarcastic and I did not understand it. Like a lot of times, if I meet someone, I have to tell them you have to be upfront me. Like I'm oblivious, as I like to put it, because I don't understand. Like texts are worse. I cannot understand if you're angry at me. I cannot understand if you're being sarcastic because I can't see your facial expression. I can't hear your tone. I can't understand what's going on, which a lot of times it's hard. It's hard for autistic people. But the next thing that is autistic people kind of often have difficulty reading of people and like their intentions of what they want and like recognising or understanding their feelings as well as expressing their own emotions. Like I know I don't a lot of times understand what people want, what they need. Like a lot of times if someone comes to me with a problem, I will try and help. I might not understand it, but I will try and help. But I know I say a lot of buts and this and ands, but again, it's really hard to talk about because I've never known about it. But and I know I keep looking up some reading notes so I can remember things about autism. So I'm sorry if this video annoys anyone because I'm babbling or I keep looking up, but I need to remember notes. So anyway, this makes it very hard for us to navigate the social world. Like we can come across like insensitive, and there's a lot of times where we can seek out time alone when overloaded by people, which a lot of times is me. Like if something happens and I'm not comfortable, I will go away. Like if I have to go to social events, I automatically don't want to go. Like if my people are watching this and you've invited me to stuff and I haven't come, I'm really sorry. Like part of it is anxiety, part of it is autism. Like I don't understand, and then when I get there, I struggle. I don't want to be there. Like some people know this, some people won't. Before I go to the event, I cry. I'm gonna be honest. If I've come to an event, I've probably cried beforehand because I am really anxious and I don't know how to handle it, and I'm really scared a lot of times. But sometimes we don't seek comfort from other people because we don't necessarily know if they're going to understand, or we don't know how to get comfort from other people. So a lot of times it's you kind of go off by yourself and you handle it by yourself. And we can also appear to behave strangely in a way that's thought to be socially inappropriate. Again, things I'm talking about, it's not every autistic person Like, it can affect some people more, some people less. Like, some of these kind of things, some of us have, some have it more than others, some have less. Like, there's, like I said in the beginning of this video, it's a massive spectrum. I can find things difficult that someone else might find easy, or they might find something difficult that I might be able to do, if any of that makes sense. But a massive one for us, well, for me, I don't know about us, but for me, is I find it hard to form friendships. Like, I don't have a lot of friends. I think I have two, maybe five friends, I'm not sure. Because growing up, I would think I make friends, but then I struggle to keep friendships because I don't necessarily understand them. Where there's moments I could be talking to them, so I don't know, stop talking to you because I don't understand what happens next. I don't understand if I keep talking to you and I'm going to bother you, or if I should space it out and then end up not talking to you. Like, so if you're reading this, and well, not reading, but if you've seen this and I've done it to you, like, I'm sorry, I'm really not good for friendships. I don't understand them, but it doesn't mean I don't want to be your friend, because I do want to be your friend, but I just don't know how to become friends with you or keep that friendship up. I don't know how to interact, but I'm not sure how to go about it. Like, there's times where I've gone out with my partner with his friends, and I remember when I first met him, like, I wanted to be their friend, but I didn't necessarily know how. So I know that I can come across quiet, and I don't talk a lot. Like, I know when I first met them, like, he told me that I didn't talk a lot and I was a bit quiet. That's just because it comes across like that, but I don't mean to. I do try, and that's probably the paper that you can hear me turning, so I can make sure that I'm reading it all properly. But yes, it's Autism Week. It ends today, and I thought it would be quite fitting to make a video about it on the last day, because why not talk about it? Why not be open? Like, there's such a stigma around it. Like, people assume that autistic people are going to look the same. Like, autism's not a look. I've said this in the video, I know I have, but autism is not a look. Let's just cut that stigma now. Like, autism is not a look. I know. I had to have that moment, because I remember when I told some people, and I remember some people going to me, you don't look autistic. Autism's not a look. It's a development thing, but it's finding it hard to understand what others are thinking and feeling. And I know in the past people have gone to me, oh, but you can read people perfect. I can't. Sometimes I can understand certain facial expressions or certain times because I've adapted to that, which a lot of people these day and age call it masking, which is masking. We grow up looking at our peers and learning how to adapt. Well, if they do that, then that must be normal, right? So let me try. So we mask it, and no one knows that. Most of the time, actually. But we can get very anxious about social situations, which I've said. I cry before I go to any party, any dinner with my partner's friends. Again, guys, you didn't know that, but I'm sorry that we don't come to a lot of social things. It is all on me. Like, I know, Nikki, if you're watching this, I know you want to go and do stuff for your friends, and I probably hold us back, but I don't mean to. I'm just pretty not good. And not really good with it. Like, I also did it for work parties. I used to cry before going to a work party. I used to have to talk myself up. I still do it now. If I've got to go and do something social, I will spend ages talking myself up to it. which goes in hand with my anxiety and my depression, but that's a different story, which we'll probably get to in another video. But yeah, so we find it hard to say how we feel, or we seem blunt, rude, or not interested in others. Again, we don't mean to. Like, I know I find it hard to say how I feel. Like, if I pluck up the courage to say how I feel and someone doesn't understand it, I automatically shut myself down. I automatically go, okay, well, cool, like, I can't tell you how I feel and I don't think you'll understand it, which is hard, but we can't. Like, I get told that I'm rude. Well, not rude, but in the past, like, my family's always gone to me, oh yeah, she doesn't think before she speaks. And a lot of times it just comes out of my mouth because I don't understand what the problem with it is. So I could say it and someone's like, oh, well, that's a bit rude, or she doesn't think when she speaks. I don't understand the problem with what I've said. So again, if I've ever seemed rude to you guys, like, you've met me and I've seemed rude, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna apologise now, I'm sorry. I really don't mean it. And the whole, yeah, I don't know how to say I feel. But taking things literally, that just speaks for itself, doesn't it? Taking things literally, and I'm sorry I keep moving, but I'm trying to get comfortable because this is a tricky conversation to have, but it needs to be had. So yeah, where was I going? Oh yeah, take things literally. I do a lot. Like, people can say something to me and I don't understand the sarcasm. I can think it's a literal thing. And same routine, I have to have the same routine. I can't have changes in my routine. Like, I need it to be a certain way, and if something changes, then I tend to cry or get really anxious over it, which is like the job that I'm in at the moment. I have the same routine, so it's easier for me because I know what I'm doing every day. I know what time I'm going in. I know what's happening that day. But it's even in my day-to-day life, if one little thing changes, I get upset and start crying. Like, I remember going on holiday to Florida, literally the end of last year, and we had a plan of what we was going to do, how we was going to do it, and on that day it could have rained and we've changed plan, and all of a sudden I'm getting worked up, or I'll go in a corner and cry, which people don't know. I'll go in a corner and cry because, again, it's, to some people, a minor thing, like it's a little detail that's been changed, but to me it is a big thing because I'm ready for what you've said. So if you're like, oh, we're going cinema, okay, well, in my head I've planned it, I'm going cinema. If you go, oh no, actually we changed our mind, we're gonna go bowling instead, it's like, well, I've got myself ready for cinema. I'm like, okay. So then you try and adapt to it, like, okay, well, cool, we're going bowling, like, I can't do this, like, my heart beats really fast and I cry. But then I sort of get used to it, I guess. Not understanding social rules, I have done that a lot, where I don't understand, like, etiquette, is that a word? Don't understand etiquette for that moment. Like, if I go to a party, I don't know where I'm meant to sit or what I'm meant to do. Same with I think any social event, actually, really. I don't know where I'm meant to stand, what I'm meant to sit, what I'm meant to do or say. Yeah. Thinking about it, I think that's any social moment. Like, yes, like, I know that was just really weird in the film, but it's like, I don't know when I'm allowed to speak, if that makes sense. Like, someone could be talking and I interrupt them. I don't mean to interrupt them. I just, in my head, thinking they've finished talking or it's okay for me to come in. So sometimes I butt in, and if I've done that to you, I honestly don't mean to do that. It just sometimes happens. Avoiding eye contact, which you will probably notice a lot in this video, that I will look at the camera, and there's times I'll look away from the camera and to the side or up the top or down the bottom, because even myself, I really can't have eye contact with myself too long. And there's times when I know when to have eye contact. There's times when I can't have it for too long. I have to look away, which feels like now. So, sorry. Getting too close to others or getting upset if someone touches or gets too close to us. I am the latter. I don't like people standing too close to me. If someone touches me, I don't know, I cry. You'll find down this, like, I cry a lot. I'm going to be honest, like, I cry a lot. I can't go shopping in supermarkets because I get overwhelmed. And if someone gets too close to me, like, I'm going to openly admit it, if someone gets too close to me, I make a really weird noise. I'm like, oh. And yes, I put that face. If someone gets too close to me, I'm like, oh. And I know they look at me weird, but it's just, you're just too close to me. And if I don't know you and you touch me, I freak out. And I've been like that my whole life. Like, if I don't know you and you touch me, I'm freaking out. Which anyone probably would, but even if I do know you and it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, if I know you and, like, you touch me when you don't need to, I'm like, oh, no, you're touching me. I freak out. Same with parties. Like, I don't know, people, it just sounds like people standing close to me. I hate queues. I don't know how to do queues. Like, I know a lot of times I can seem like I'm being impatient when actually I'm not being impatient. I just don't like standing. Again, it's standing too close to people, or people having the idea that, like, they can potentially touch you. Same with cinemas. I can't sit next to strangers in cinemas. I don't, because it's just that idea. Like, even if their knee knocks you by accident, it's like, oh no, don't touch me. But yeah, it's not everyone. Like, some people can just, some autistic people can get too close to people, but other people, like other autistic people, can be like, they don't like people standing too close to them or touching them, which is me. So, and we also tend to notice small details like patterns, smells or sounds others don't. Like, I can remember some dates, or I can remember someone's changed something about them and no one else has noticed it, or I can hear something sometimes or smell. But mine's mostly small details. I notice the little things that other people might not have noticed. I can remember dates, important dates that someone else remember. Like, I remember, say, on the 5th of May one year, we did this and we did that, and someone's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I remember stuff like that. We can have certain keen interest in certain subjects, which is not me. I'm afraid to admit it. Like, I get really into something for a little while, and then I sort of go off it. I think I get too intense in that subject. I think in that moment, I'm like, yeah, I want to learn it, and I get really intense and learn it, and then all of a sudden, I don't want to learn it anymore. Which has been my whole life. Like, dancing, love dancing. Acting, did a bit of acting, really enjoyed it, and all of a sudden, I didn't enjoy it no more. And that is something I've done my whole life, which I need to sort of learn how not to do. And a lot of times, we plan things before we do it. This is me. I cannot have a spontaneous trip. I have to know what I'm doing, have to know what time I'm going and where I'm going. I can't just be like, it's a nice day, let's do something. Which I think a lot of times comes as indecisive. If someone's like, what do you want to do today? I'm like, I don't know, because I haven't planned it. So I think that's why it comes across indecisive, because I just don't know. But a lot of times, everything has to be planned before doing it. I can't just get up, get changed, and go out somewhere. I have to know where I'm going, what I'm going to do when I get there. And a big thing about autism, which I kind of left at the end, but I feel like I kind of had to leave it to the end, which is autism can be different in men and women. Like, autistic women may come across as just being quiet, or they hide their feelings, or they appear to cope better in social situations, and it means that women are harder to diagnose with autism. And I know people out there could be watching this and then will start commenting, oh, you're just being sexist. When actually, no, it's a scientific fact that it's harder to diagnose women with autism than men. Like, men get diagnosed a lot earlier on than women. And I think that's down to the term, which I've probably said in the video, like masking. Pretty sure I've said it in the video already. The term masking, where we will look at our peers. We will, as we get older, and if we're not diagnosed early, as we get older, we look at our peers and we sort of adapt to that sort of quality. Like, if I see someone doing something, I might be like, oh, okay, that's what I should be doing. So then I would learn to do it. And I think that's what I've ended up doing my whole life, which is masking. So people would think I was quiet, or oh, she's just quiet, she's just shy. But she can handle social situations, she's fine. When really, it took till November last year to finally be diagnosed with autism. So for all the people that thought I was weird or a freak, I'm afraid I'm not weird or freak. I'm afraid I'm just autistic. And this has been the longest and hardest video to make, because like I said again, I have not told a lot of people about it. I've not been open, but I'm getting to that point that I want to cut the stigma. I want to be open about it, because me being open about it, if it helps me, then I'm hoping someone that's watching this will help them. And that's sort of where I want to go with this channel, that me talking about my mental health, even though it could be helping me, I'm hoping someone that watches it will be helping them as well. But thank you for sticking with this really long story that goes in and out of tangent, because I can't tell one story for a long time. I have to end up going off to different ones. But if you've watched it all the way through, thank you, and I hope you liked it. And if you want to comment, you can comment. If you don't, that's okay. If you want to subscribe, that'd be cool. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. If not, then it's okay. Tune in for the next video. Love you guys. Bye.